I'm exhausted. A good exhausted, but exhausted. This weekend was very big. The conference was amazing. I learned a lot, but I was hustling the whole time I was there, running from one class to the next. And they had us running a long ways down the halls. But it was fun, and I learned a lot, and I connected with a lot of other farmers, and I got my award, and I'm just feeling really fulfilled, but super tired. Because last night we went and got our new goats. That's right, you heard me correctly. Well, good morning, Daisy Mays. How are you? Yes, I know it's hard adjusting to a new home. Hello, girls. So we have Daisy Mays here, and we have Dominique. Daisy Mays. Hi. These are our two new girls, and they are both in milk, so I get to milk today. Yay! It is crazy hot. I was like, I grabbed Brian's jacket and threw it on my way out the door. I had to rip that thing off as soon as I put Khaleesi on her lean. It is so hot out here. It says it's gonna get over 70 today, but I think it's already there. I suspect we're gonna go a bit higher than the forecast is claiming, because it already feels like it's over 70. Lots of turtles out here. They jump off so fast. Little splish splashies. There's another splish splashy I hear, but it's up towards the buck pen. What could it be? Yes, Ryan is a miracle worker. He was able to move these ducks all the way across the paddock by himself. Do not know how he did that without anybody escaping. That's crazy. And they are loving the warm weather. They are swimming like crazy. They're resting and happy, laying eggs all over the place, it looks like. And you see how muddy that was, the area they were in for the winter. And now they're back over to their their other section. We're kind of limited on where we can put them in here because our hose only reaches to this spot and that spot and in between, but in between is the gate, so these are like the only two options as far as being able to reach with a hose. They are happy birds today. Thank you, Ryan. Here is Daisy May. She's got herbs and probiotics and Nutri-Drench in her feed, so she's kind of balking a little bit. This is new territory. It's very nerve-wracking and stressful for an animal to change routine, especially goats. But she is ready to be milked. Her udder is slap full, and we are gonna get her milked out and brushed and loved on, and hopefully she eats her food. Yeah, you can eat that. As soon as I start milking you, you relax, okay? Taste it, it's really good. I put yummy Nutri-Drench on there. Ghosts love molasses. All right, this is Dominique, and she is eating just fine. So that's good. She doesn't mind the herbs at all. So that's good. Her udder is also very full. Not as full as Daisy's. And you notice this here, this is what we call a blown teat. It still milks and functions well. It's just not sightly. Dominique is an older doe. She is 11 years old. So she is here with us because she needed a good retirement home for the most part. If she kids again, it has to be with somebody who is hands-on and is able to be there for the birth and make sure it goes smoothly. So that was one of the reasons why I was chosen to be her new mama. Miss Daisy Mays, who I will probably be calling Daisy May by accident because I thought her name was Daisy May when I was talking. And Daisy May is the name of my favorite dog ever. It wasn't even my dog, it was my friend's dog, but she was my girl. Anyway, she didn't touch her food, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix her up some food that's normal, the way she's used to it. And then I will just dose her with the syringe for her herbs. All right, so Daisy May here gave me about 5 cups. Some of that is foam up in the line, so it's hard to tell yet. That's why a lot of dairy goat herds measure in weight instead of volume. So I'm gonna put this in with the ice while I milk out Dominique. Okay, that went well. She gave me about 4 cups. I expected it was gonna be a little bit less. So now, typically they give a bit more milk than that. Both of these girls do, but they are under an extreme amount of stress, and they just traveling an hour in the back of a truck, even with the tarp over the kennel, is stressful. It's not fun. So they will adjust in about 3 days time. That's the general rule of thumb with goats, is it takes them 3 days to learn a new routine. They're set up over here, and all the other goats have just started to notice that there's something different over here, and they're taking notice. Of course, the younger goats are the more curious, tend to come up and investigate. Oh, I gotta turn that fence on so they can learn right away. They have had this kind of fence before, but not on a regular basis. It's definitely the younger ones, and then the herd queen. So this is not ideal quarantine. Normally you wouldn't want them to be able to be this close through a fence. You would want a solid wall in between them, like the stalls, so that no bacteria or germs could be passed between. We're gonna work with what we have here and really watch them closely, keep their immune system up with herbs and probiotics, and make sure that we are catching anything as soon as anything shows itself. Stress does tend to cause a bacterial outbreak in the goat world, so we do keep a very close eye. Gee, you think the goats like their spool? You know how long we've been trying to get some of these spools? We have been looking for them everywhere, and nobody ever wants to sell them when we find them. Ryan got really lucky. I'm glad. They love it. I need about 10 more. And what's good about the spools is because we rotationally graze, it's hard for us to have any kind of structure that they can play on. But with the spool, we can lay it on its side and roll it. Right, fancy girl? You just want your ears scratched. What do you think, kitty? They sure are pretty, aren't they? They're gonna be competing with you as far as milk level goes. They're cows like you, kitty. Kitty is really getting closer and closer, I think. I'm not sure if she's gonna kid first or what, but she seems like she's the fattest and most progressed. I need to run my calculations again based on when I saw the video of her in with the buck, because I think that's probably when she was bred. So I need to run my numbers again so I have a little better idea of a due date. What? I tricked you. I didn't really have grain in that bucket that I led you up here with. So you're probably wondering why Sister Ray is over here with the boys. Over the weekend, Sister Ray turned into a big fat meanie bully. She began ramming Kitty on Thursday, and she proceeded to keep doing it all day, to the point that when Ryan went out Thursday night to put away the goats, Sister Ray had caused Kitty to, what is she doing? Got an itch you can't reach? Weirdo. She had caused Kitty to have a bloody spot on the top of her head because she was ramming heads so much. So she was put in with the bucks, because if she's acting like that, I'm not sure if it's just the spring weather that's making her act goofy, or the end of her pregnancy, or worst case scenario, somehow she's not bred even though she looks bred and she hasn't shown any heat cycles. But she really looks bred and she hasn't shown any heat cycles, so we've been thinking for sure she was bred. But if she's in heat and acting bad because she's in heat, then we want her in with the bucks anyway. But they haven't been trying to mount her or anything, so we'll see. Either way, she's not gonna pick on Kitty when Kitty's been very late term pregnancy suffering. Oh, what are you doing? You're not as wet today, so I'm gonna scratch you. You're still pretty nasty though. I'm gonna have to go wash my hand now, aren't I? Oh, but you just love your mama. You do love mama. You're a big baby. You're a big baby. Are all bucks this sweet? I swear, he's the sweetest thing in the whole world. I love him. I love you, Bobo. My baby. My baby. Enough of the bad news. Sorry, I really hate to give the bad news, but it's a learning moment, right? I hope you guys teach you what I'm learning here. You notice Eugene's not out here. He is in the barn. He is not feeling well. It has been raining like crazy. It has been hot. Moisture and high temperatures create mold and fungus. If you have been watching us for the past year, you know what a disaster that can be. We don't know for sure where the mold and fungus is coming from. It's got to be something either in the ground in the pastures or on the grass in the pastures. But I'm 99% sure it's out here somewhere. That there's some type of fungus on the soil or the grass that's causing a toxicity in our animals. It took a while for us to figure that out. If you're new to the channel, you'll have to go back and watch some really revealing videos. We've had all the vets, we've had all the experts, we've had necropsies, we've had complete analyses done on every single thing you can think of. It is not a bacteria. It is not a virus. It is not a contagious thing. But it killed 4 of our goats and it made 9 others sick. We were able to save 9 of them. Eugene was not one of the goats that ever got sick before. So hopefully he's gonna pull through this just fine. Because we know there's a known toxic issue, whether it's a mold or a fungus underneath their water bowl or wherever, however it's getting into their system, it's getting in there. And it's making them have severe diarrhea as the very first symptom. Eugene has presented with severe diarrhea this morning. He was fine last night. This morning he has severe diarrhea, lack of appetite, and lethargy. Severe diarrhea by itself doesn't cause me to be too worried. When you throw in the lack of appetite and lethargy, I get very concerned. Those goats that did pass showed the most severe symptoms. So the first step is to give him activated charcoal to bind to that toxin and remove it from his system. It is the one thing that has saved their lives. And then, after a couple of hours, I will begin treating with the GI Soother, which has slippery elm in it, and cinnamon and cayenne, and something else, some other ingredients as well. That also has been a lifesaver, and it helps dry up the diarrhea so that they don't become dehydrated. But you guys know me. You know I won't let my goats become dehydrated, even if I have to sit here with a tiny syringe giving drip by drip into the corner of their mouth. It will happen. I will keep him hydrated. I will make sure that he has everything he needs and that the probiotics are given to him when he is able to keep his system from expelling it all, but say a prayer and we will just have faith that he's gonna pull through this and be fine. So homesteading is full of beautiful new goats and happy times, but it's also got the hard times, and this is the real deal, yo. This is the real deal. Well, I started my chores out this morning very happy and excited, and I'm ending them a little bit less, so I'm gonna try not to let Eugene being sick ruin how happy I am about my new goats and all of my new education from the conference. The new goats are bellowing, as all new goats do. They're probably looking for their other herd mates. That was part of the reason why we got both of them, so that they would have somebody to be with when they go to their new farm. Y'all, the boys and I were just outside playing on the playground on the swing set because it's a beautiful day here, and my oldest son, Dalton, came out and said, "Hey Mom, why do I hear bird chirping in the kitchen?" And I sprung from my seat and ran to the house and expected to see one little chick, because I looked in here, what time was it? 3 o'clock? It is 4:50 now. I looked in here at 3 and there was no sign of anybody hatching. Look now. All right, this never works good for the camera. Look, in the matter of 2 hours, 12 baby quail have hatched all the way out. We've got a little guy over here in the corner that is halfway out. Oh, I wish I could see better. See the guy that's halfway out, and then he has a friend next to him that's starting to open a little bit. You see it? You see it? Oh, his wing just came out. Oh, this is so hard to get a good shot through these windows. And without a good light source. All right, I'm gonna let the boys watch. That's what really counts, is that these kids get to see this. You guys will see them when they're a little more dried off. All right, you step over to that chair.
Hey, Mom.
What, honey?
I can't see, Mom.
As soon as we cook it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your prayers and kindness and support. It's very appreciated. We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.